What's up, golf fans, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at 5 of the most forgiving golf irons of 2021 to take your game to the next level. So in this video we're going to be looking at the most forgiving iron from each brand, the most forgiving players iron on the market, and then we're going to have an overall winner at the end. We're going to look at our overview and first impressions of each iron set, their key selling points, what we like and dislike, and then the regular retail price and an overall score out of 10. If you want to pick up any of the iron sets yourself, we'll have links in the bottom that you can go and check out some more reviews. As always, thanks for watching the video, and if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Starting off our list is the most forgiving irons from Taylormade, and it's the newest model too in the Sim 2 Max OS irons. And these are market leading clubs from one of the most trusted names in golf for performance, clout and value, especially in high handicappers. So the OS is going to differ from the standard Sim Max. It's got larger heads, more offset, stronger lofts and a bigger sweet spot. So these are just going to give you incredibly long and consistently straight shots. The biggest change between the Sim and the Sim 2 is that the speed bridge has been replaced by a catback, which actually supports the complete top line. And then we've got a multi-material badge in there as well that's going to give a nice soft feel to the irons. We've got the true slot speed pocket, which expands the sweet spot lower into the club face. And then we've got the inverted cone technology, which is going to expand the sweet spot toward higher on the face. And the result is just a huge sweet spot that's very forgiving, and these clubs are also easy to get up in the air. So even with the strong lofts, you're going to be able to get these clubs in the air quite easily. These are among the most forgiving and longest irons of all time. And we've also got the echo dampening technology in the back just to reduce any vibrations on off-center shots. So they're not going to be as workable around the greens as more player-friendly irons, and you're not going to be able to stop them as quickly due to the stronger lofts. But these are excellent for high handicappers who want a lot of forgiveness and about maximum distance possible from any iron set on the market today. They're also cheaper than any of our other sets that we're covering today, coming in at $800, and we give the Sim 2 Max OS a score of 9.6 out of 10. These are an excellent set of irons. So up next is the T400 Irons, and these are the most forgiving irons that Titleist has ever made, and they're probably the longest irons that Titleist have ever made. They've got really thick, chunky heads with big soles that are just going to lead to a ton of distance. It's also a progressive set, so that means the longer irons are going to have bigger heads and more thickness and aimed at more straight and longer shots, while the club heads get progressively smaller and shorter in the shorter irons, which is going to give you a little bit more workability when you get around the greens. We've got a split sole, which actually makes the irons look nicer at address and makes them look more compact than they are, and that improves with the game improvement forgiveness features, but it also helps you to undercut the irons and interact with the turf well for higher launching clubs. These ones have strong lofts, and as we say, they are incredibly long. So the L-shape insert in the face is a forged feel insert, which is going to lead to maximum ball speed and also club stability. They are a bit expensive and they're hard to stop on the greens with the extra strong lofts, but these are perfect for high handicappers just looking for maximum distance and forgiveness, but also that progression is going to help you to add a little bit more spin with the shorter irons as you get around the green too. We're giving these a high score of 9.6 out of 10, but the regular retail price is a bit more expensive than the Sim 2s, coming in at about $1,200. Next up on the list is the most forgiving from Callaway, and we're looking at the Maverick Max irons. And if you're looking for respected distance, forgiveness and consistency in a market leading super game improvement iron, then the Maverick Max is the way to go. So these are designed with artificial intelligence for the optimal weight distribution throughout the club, and that means every iron is individually designed for the maximum ball speed and launch angle. These clubs are easy to launch. They've got larger heads and more offsets than the standard Mavericks, and this just promotes longer, straighter shots, but they also undercut well, so it's an easy club to get in the air. They've got more forgiving lofts than the standard Mavericks, so you're going to have higher, shorter shots with the Maverick Max. So we've got the tungsten energy core, which just expands the sweet spot with tungsten weighting in the head and the toe of the club. Expands the sweet spot along the face, and then it's got a flash cup face, so a thin steel face, which is going to lead to the maximum energy transfer between the club and the ball, resulting in higher ball speeds. And then we've got the urethane microspheres, which just dampen any unwanted vibrations on miss hits. They're not as long or high launching as the standard Mavericks, but they are slightly more forgiving. And these are for high handicappers who want to feel confident in playing with a large headed and easy launching iron, but they are slightly more workable and have higher spin rates than a lot of the super game improvement irons that we've covered on our list today. So excellently rated irons, and these ones come in at a regular retail price of $850. So a lot of players will want that forged feeling and the compact look at a dress of a player's iron, but they just want more forgiveness out of their player's irons. And the Taylormade P790s have been remade in 2021 with more forgiveness and distance than ever, while still maintaining that forged feel. So one of the biggest differences is that they've moved to a speed foam air inside the hollow head of the club, and that's actually like 60% lighter than the foam in the old version, and that leads to significant weight savings, which can be redistributed around the club for more forgiveness, launch and distance. It's also got a thin wall construction, which also reduces the weight, and that's redistributed for performance. So there's more tungsten towards the toe of the clubs, up to 31 grams more, and that just expands the sweet spot. And it's also got the speed pocket, which allows more ball speed and forgiveness if you hit the ball low on the club face. These ones are going to be the most workable around the greens, with a nice soft forged feel, as you would expect. But they're not the longest clubs ever made by Taylormade. They're not the most forgiving, but they are quite expensive. And this is perfect for anyone who's moving from high to mid handicap level and just wants to get that forged feel without having the difficulty in wielding a fully forged player's iron. So even for a mid handicapper that struggles with their irons, this could be a set that allows them to take their game into the next level without jumping fully into a full player's model. So we're giving this a score of 9.4 out of 10, and this is the most expensive on our list too, coming in at $1,500. So our overall most forgiving irons come with a very big name, and they live up to that name and the reputation of the Big Bertha with the B21s. These are some of the longest, easy launching super game improvement clubs on the market today. They've got massive heads with thick soles that are going to inspire confidence when you approach the ball, that you're going to be able to hit it long and straight every time. We've got a lot of offset in the club heads that's going to correct any slicing. So if you slice the ball, then these are offset. You're going to be able to hit straighter, more consistent shots with lower spin rates. These have the largest sweet spot out of any irons on the market today. They're absolutely huge. And then we've got like the echo dampening in the back as well with the urethane microspheres. They're cavity back irons that are just going to go for miles, and they're just easy to get. It's easy to get the ball in the air because they've got a lot of undercut. And then you've also got the ultra thin steel face, so when you connect with the ball, it's just going to start flying and you're going to get the maximum ball speed. They're not going to be the most workable around the greens, although they are quite high launching, and they're not going to suit better players, but these are quality super game improvement irons for distance, forgiveness and workability for beginners. And you can pick this set up for about $850, and we're rating this one a 9.6 out of 10 as well. And this is our overall recommendation if you just want the most forgiving irons on the market today. So that's our list for today, and all of these irons on the list are excellent clubs. So we hope you're able to pick out the one that suits your game the best. And thanks for watching our video. If you like the kind of content, Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.